Hey, what's up, guys? Today, we're going to get into a battle from my buddies over at Eastside Beyblades. It is a tournament that they're running out of Atlanta, Georgia. I myself go to some of these. It's a great spot. The people are super awesome. It's super welcoming. I personally don't get to battle as much as I'd like, but the people here, my son has battled a ton of people that go to these events, and they're all super welcoming. It's a great community. If you're in the Atlanta area, I would highly recommend following them. I think that they're really big right now on TikTok and on Instagram, so please be sure to find them on those platforms. I'll be running some of their battles here. If you guys want your battles run on my channel and you want commentary over these battles, go to some of the Eastside Beyblade battles that they're holding. They hold at least 2 a month, whether it's a get together or a tournament. I know that now they're running with medals and even trophies. There's a trophy for team battles. So I am going to be at the one in November. And if you guys want to try and take that trophy out of Atlanta, come on down. It's open to everybody. I think last month there were guys from North Carolina and South Carolina. So come on down. If you want to take that trophy out of Atlanta, then, come take it. But we have to fight for the Atlanta trophy. So we're going to get into a battle today between Bryce the Blader and a blader named Chyna doll. So these are super cool people. I've met them down at the events before. And this is a 1st to 7 battle. They each have 3 blades. The blades, I believe, let's see. Bryce the Blader is going to run a Dran Buster 160 on low flat, a Unicorn Sting 960 on needle, and Dran Sword 360 gear flat. Whereas Chyna doll is going to be running Unicorn Sting 960 hex, Tyranno Beat 560 rush, and Wizard Rod 360 point. Some of the big time scorers, I think, I'm going to run through Bryce the Blader's blades first. We have Dran Buster. That one's going to be a hyper aggressive, get in your face, get it over quick type blade. Unicorn Sting, I'm feeling like that's his balance. Running on needle is interesting with 960 ratchet. That's a very interesting combo to throw it on the defensive bit with no burst resistance. And Dran Sword, it looks like Unicorn Sting is balancing out his heavy attack setup. And Chyna has got Unicorn Sting leading on a 980 hex. Hex is honestly a great bit, and I like that setup for Unicorn Sting, especially sitting a little taller on 980. Tyranno Beat 560 rush. I mean, it's Tyranno Beat on rush. Let's be honest, with a super balanced ratchet. And Wizard Rod 360 on point. I mean, it's Wizard Rod. We all know that I'm not super hype on Wizard Rod, but it is a balanced blade. So it seems like of the 2 bladers, Chyna doll has the more balanced setup, whereas Bryce might be leaning a little bit more towards an aggressive set. So let's go ahead and let's get into this battle. So they're showing their blades to the camera, showing what they're running. You guys see Dran Buster and Unicorn Stinger up first. So we're gonna set this up. All right, they're prepping.
3, 2, 1.
Launch. All right, so you got Unicorn Sting running the rails. His Dran Buster was kind of in the middle. I don't know if that was, it kind of seemed like he shot in the middle weight and he was late. It seems. So we have Chyna doll getting the first point on a spin finish. It seems like he was shooting into the middle to wait for her, but he arrived late and he just kind of stuck there. Next, Chyna doll is running her Tyranno Beat, and Bryce the Blader is running a Unicorn Sting. The score is 1-0 Chyna doll to Bryce the Blader. So they're setting up.
3, 2.
All right, fight. Let's go. All right, slow motion. We have slow motion. Bang, right there. Tyranno Beat is out. So I said Bryce the Blader was launching into the middle waiting. I just saw it. He did the exact same launch with Unicorn Sting put Unicorn Sting right in the middle, sniped Tyranno Beat straight out the top. Yeah, that one was, I don't think they gave points for that. I think they had to, there was a little confusion, but yeah, that was a snipe. All right, they're running it back. You have Tyranno Beat and Unicorn Sting for a spin finish, right? Yeah, I see you, Bryce, sniper. All right, we have Wizard Rod on point, and we have Dran Sword on gear flat. So I think that Bryce is going to go in aggressive again. Yeah, there it is. Exactly what I thought. All right, so we have Bryce taking the X line, getting that extreme finish, putting him in a 3-point. Chyna Doll, it's 4-1. It is 4-1. Bryce Blader is up 4. Right, that's a 4 points over the last 2 matches. That's solid. All right, Chyna's got her unicorn on Hex, and it's a unicorn mirror match. So we have unicorn on Hex versus unicorn on Needle. So let's see how this works out.
3, 2.
Oh, got another slow-mo. Okay, yep. So here, Bryce went in first, and Chyna landed on top. That's what we're seeing in the slow-mo. Chyna landed right on top, didn't get a chance. Bryce, you know, she landed right on top. Put him. He put Chyna Doll in the 2-point. So you could see it in the slow-mo. I mean, she landed right on top of him. All right, Chyna Doll is running Wizard Rod against Dran Sword. Bryce Blader's Dran Sword, Chyna Doll's Wizard Rod. So we'll see. I think Wizard Rod's gonna take this one. Pretty aggressive, but Dran Sword. There we go. Dran Sword initially was staying in the center until hit by Wizard Rod, and then it just started running the X line. Maybe a little too much stamina lost on that X line. Chyna Doll with the spin finish. So we have 2 to 6. Looks like Chyna Doll. Well, Bryce Blader is running Dran Buster, and I think Chyna Doll was running Wizard Rod. I think that was a quick glimpse on the camera. I think. So let's see. Here we go. We're launching. Oh, another slow motion launch. Yeah, that was for sure Wizard Rod. All right. So in this one, slow motion, but I'm sorry, that was Tyranno Beat, not Wizard Rod. It was Tyranno Beat. So you can see that Bryce Blader actually shoots out the top before Chyna Doll shoots into the 3-point. Now, I think no points were awarded for this match. I think they run it back. But in the slow-mo, we can see that Tyranno Beat stayed in the ring longer than Dran Buster. So it should have been 2 points for Tyranno Beat. All right, Tyranno Beat taking the X line. Dran Buster kind of just hanging out in the middle. Now, one of the terrible things about Dran Buster is once you pass that first 3-4 second mark, he runs out of stamina real fast. So you want to get in there and you want to hit hard and fast. And that's what we're seeing Bryce Blader do with a lot of his launches. Get right in there and try to get those over with as fast as possible. Last match, he just didn't have it. The score is now 6-3, Chyna Doll 3, Bryce Blader 6. Chyna Doll is trying to close that deficit. Bryce went up to 6 quick. Now Chyna Doll is trying to close that gap. We have a slow-mo, and that's Bryce Blader for 7. So Chyna Doll came in, Wizard Rod, hit that Dran Sword. Dran Sword put it right in the 2-point, fast. That is what Bryce Blader wants. Bryce Blader wants to get in fast. So my advice to Chyna Doll is when going up against a Blader that you notice is going, further and like trying to get these quick finishes, these quick knockouts, try to position your launch not in the center. Try to get somewhere else. If you're up against a Dran Buster, if you're up against, like I said, Bryce's deck was highly aggressive, minus that unicorn on Needle, right? That was the one I said would balance it out. The other two were hyper aggressive on a low flat and a gear flat. So really what we want is we want to try to position ourselves in a better scenario. We had Wizard Rod and Unicorn Sting that, I mean, Tyranno Beat on Rush, that's going to be your hyper aggressive play. And we saw that and Dran Buster meet in the middle for almost instant knockout. But really, we want to play those other, I mean, we had Hex and Point. We definitely should have tried to play different parts of that stadium. Remember, the stadium is full. There's no rule that says you have to meet in the middle first. Launch into a different zone and try to capitalize on that. That's really how we're going to beat a player who is coming in hot each time. After about the second or third round, we saw that Bryce the Blader was doing the same launch. He had the same technique for each launch. Now that launch worked. It was very good. And it is a great launch. But there was no crossing, right? There was no direct into the X line. There was no real angles there. He was hitting, waiting in the middle because he was sniping. He was looking for you. So when we come against a blader like that, just remember, play the arena, right? After about the first three matches, first three rounds, you want to see, okay, this is his launch. This is what he's doing, and now it's time for me to play. Chyna was trying to catch up. She was trying to close that gap. You know, she had 1 point. Bryce the Blader was up to 6. She started to close that gap, tried to cut him off. But once he's at 6, you know, that 7th one was just right around the corner. So, hey, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. A little bit of commentary on a match. And if you guys are in the area or if you're willing to make that drive to Atlanta, please be sure to check out Eastside Beyblades. They are a great friend of the channel. They're a great community to get in with. I'm going to post their Discord in this description of the video. So please go down there, check them out, join, and let's really build a solid community. I personally know the organizer of these events. We've been friends since the beginning. So, you know, he's a great friend of the channel. I'm a great friend of the tournaments. Let's work together. Let's put these type of events on all over the United States, all over the world, right? If you're watching this from somewhere else, normally we meet at a brewery. We're a bunch of adults who just enjoy Beyblades and maybe a beer or two. So we meet at breweries. We have a good time. Most of the time, the organizer of the event also has his own noodle shop. So sometimes he'll provide food for the brewery or whatever. And these events can happen anywhere. Just talk to your local brewery. You can put together an event like this with, you know, adults in your area. The Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come, right? So remember all these things as we go into this week. And hey guys, I hope everybody who has watched this battle review video has had an absolutely phenomenal day.